Oh my gosh, the hypocrisy and gaslighting in Joe Biden's speech last night. Let's review. This is a nation that honors our Constitution, unless you want to exercise your constitutional right to bear arms to protect your home and family and defend your property. Also not applicable when you want to use the right to free speech, to express views that oppose the political left or give a conservative speech on a college campus. In those cases, you must be silenced, banned, and threatened. Also not relevant if you're a Supreme Court justice just, doing your job. This is a nation that honors the rule of law. Unless you want to burn down businesses, cross the border in caravans of thousands of people, traffic drugs and children all throughout South America and then smuggle them into the US, victimize children, or assault innocent bystanders. Then you won't spend any length of time in jail or face any legal repercussions whatsoever. This is a nation that respects free and fair elections and honors the will of the people. Unless you want to make sure that the people voting for the leaders of your community, city, and country are actual citizens, or if a president wins that isn't a Democrat, in which case it's acceptable to start their term by calling for an impeachment, and then spend all 4 years that he's in office calling him illegitimate, demanding investigations over every little thing that he does, and calling anybody who voted for him a deplorable. This is a nation that rejects violence as a political tool. We do not encourage violence. Unless you want to spend months setting fire to police departments, destroying historical monuments or vandalizing government buildings, setting up guillotines in front of the state capitol buildings, or hijacking entire city blocks to live in lawlessness and anarchy. Oh, and you're off the hook if you're a black supremacist who drives his car through a Christmas parade to target white people when you've been released from jail after attempting to kill your girlfriend. We are still in America that believes in honesty, decency, and respect for others. Unless your neighbor voted differently than you, or you don't want political activism in your child's classroom, you still say "In God We Trust," or you display an American flag on your front lawn. There are public figures today, yesterday, and the day before predicting and all but calling for mass violence and rioting in the streets. This is inflammatory, it's dangerous, and it's against the rule of law. And we the people must say, this is not who we are. But if you choose to engage in mass violence, murder, and hate crimes, just be sure to add a label of abortion, racism, or reparations, and we'll just call it mostly peaceful if we're asked to comment. We can't allow violence to be normalized in this country. It's wrong. We each have to reject political violence with all the moral clarity and conviction this nation can muster now. I think we've covered all the exceptions clearly. If you run into any trouble, just call the vice president. We've got a bail fund. History tells us that blind loyalty to a single leader is fatal to democracy. But if you support anybody but Biden, you're a dangerous threat. We are a big, complicated country, but democracy endures only if we the people respect the guardrails of the republic. Wait, are we a democracy or a republic? I'm confused. Exactly. Democracy cannot survive on one side believes there are only two outcomes to an election. Either they win or they were cheated. Unless a right-wing candidate wins, in which case it's definitely Russian interference, the fact that people had to show up in person to vote, or because the people in the voting lines for the Democrat candidate weren't offered water. If you don't see the hypocrisy of this, or worse, don't care, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what. You're lost. You're lost. You need Jesus.